Hey guys, it's Kara here, and I'm back to bring you a very simple, easy recipe that requires no baking. This is going to be a healthy cookie dough dip. So let's get started. Very few ingredients for this recipe, very simple. You are going to need some type of whey protein. I am using MTS Whey peanut butter fluff. MTS Whey vanilla would go excellent in this recipe as well. If you need to get some MTS products, use my link in Kara for 5% off. So today I'm going to use a scoop and a half of that. You are going to use some type of peanut butter. I'm going to use this natural Smart Balance stuff that I have laying around at home. Key ingredient here is going to be garbanzo beans, or some of you may know it as chickpeas. Beans are an excellent source of protein and fiber. They're very cheap to purchase, and a lot of people don't use beans enough in their cooking or in their recipes. So we're actually going to use this today to help make a dip. So it's going to be an easy way to get in a little bit of extra fiber and protein. The other thing we're going to use as well is some sugar-free maple syrup. All right, so easy enough. What I'm going to do is throw everything into a blender, so you are going to need to have a blender at home. I am using my Ninja, so it blends things up nicely. First thing I'm going to throw in there is the garbanzo beans. What you're going to want to do when you get the beans is open them up and rinse them out very well. They are just sitting in some water, but just make sure you rinse the beans before you throw them in the blender. So I'm using a full cup of those, which ends up being about, 16 ounces of beans. I am going to use 1/2 cup of my natural peanut butter. Lob it down there. You might want to have a spatula on hand too, because sometimes when you blend this stuff up, it tends to stick to the sides of the blender, and you're going to want to push it down. So it's good to have a spatula on hand. I've already measured out 1/3 cup of my sugar-free maple syrup here. Pour that down in there. Okay. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to use 1.5 scoops of my peanut butter fluff protein here. So everything's in there. I'm going to get this on here. If I can here. There we go. Got to be smarter than the blender. All right, so we're going to get this turned on and blend it up. And like I said, you might have to stop it a couple times, use your spatula to kind of mix it down and make sure it gets all mixed up. So after you're done blending it, all you have to do is take a spatula, pour it into a bowl. You're all set. You don't have to do any more mixing with it. This whole bowl is filled with the cookie dough dip. And then the last thing you'll want to do, I took some Hershey's chocolate chips and I measured out a couple tablespoons of those to add on top. You can mix those around, and there you have your very simple cookie dough dip. You don't need a very fancy blender. This blended up very easily without any issues in my blender, so that's really all it's going to take. Some ideas for what you can do with this. I bought some graham crackers here. You could take some graham crackers, dip it on in there. You could do fruit slices, or you could do my favorite, which is just taking a spoon to it and have at it. So very simple recipe for you guys. Here's my chocolate chip cookie dough. I hope you like it. Please share it with others and keep checking back for more recipes.